Whether it's aboard a ship or stationed on land in the Pacific or anywhere around the world for that matter, quality of life is a top issue for everyone. How comfortable we are during our day-to-day lives has a direct effect on how well we perform our duties. That in turn impacts how well the military as a whole accomplishes its mission. As Airman Kane Faribaugh reports, the U.S. Senate recognizes that fact and is making quality of life one of its priorities in Washington. Senator Carl Levin on the Senate Armed Services Committee was in the Pacific recently and talked to us on the subject.
The new dormitories here at Yokota are an example of how the Department of Defense is improving the quality of life for service members. Dormitories, support services, housing, and schools all contribute greatly to the quality of life. These issues are ways that morale is improved, which in turn helps improve our readiness. Our operational readiness and effectiveness is what is most important to completing the mission. That is why members of Congress are concerned about quality of life issues.
Quality of life, again, is important to us as human beings, as American citizens. These are people who have made a very serious commitment to defend the rest of us. And there's no higher commitment than that, and it ought to be respected with high quality of life. But it's also very practical, that the stronger the morale of our forces, the stronger our force is going to be.
Interest in quality of life and morale spreads not only to the Pacific, but all over the world.
There used to be measurements of strength between us and the Soviet Union, or between NATO and the Warsaw Pact. And too often people just looked at numbers and said, my God, they got more people than we do, or they got more tanks than we do, or they got more guns than we do. And an important counter element, a weight on the other side of the scale, was the morale of our forces. Sure, they got a Warsaw Pact, or did, but look at the morale of their forces, and then look at the morale of our people. And that's why, one of the reasons it's so important to us.
As the Department of Defense looks ahead into the next millennium, one of the priorities of lawmakers is the continuing improvements in the quality of life for military service members.
There's no more important issue to I'd say all of us on the Armed Services Committees and the members of Congress than these quality of life issues that you've mentioned. And we put a lot of money in this budget in quality of life issues.